Kiev. Let's take a look at Kiev. Kiev is the capital of Ukraine. It stands on the picturesque banks of the Dnieper River. It is an ancient city whose origin is the subject of legends. One of them tells us of three brothers, Kiishtek and Horiv, and their sister Libet, who founded the city and named it Kiev after the elder brother 15 centuries ago, and that was the beginning of the city of Kiev. Kiev has a population about 3 million people. Its area is 790 square kilometers. The oldest part of the city is situated on the left bank of the river. The right bank of Kiev is a modern city with multi-storied buildings. There are about 60 different bridges in Kiev, some for cars, some for trains, and some for pedestrians. It is a very big city, but traveling around is easy. You can take a bus, a tram, a trolleybus, or a route taxi, or you can go on the underground. It started in 1960. It now has 3 lines with 49 stations. Kiev is a big scientific center. There are many institutes, hundreds of secondary schools, the Academy of Sciences. More than 50,000 students study at the Shevchenko State University. Kiev has many factories and plants. They produce cars, planes, computers, boats, food, clothes, toys, and many other goods. Kiev is also a great transport center. Trains and planes come to the capital every day from all parts of Ukraine and other countries. Kiev is a river port too. Thousands of tourists come here every day. There is so much for people to see in Kiev: palaces, churches, cathedrals, and lots of museums and art galleries. Kiev has many places of historic interest. Among them is Kiev-Pechersk Lavra, St. Sophia Cathedral, the Golden Gate, St. Volodymyr Cathedral, St. Andrew Church, the monuments to Bogdan Khmelnytsky and Prince Volodymyr. Kiev's monuments of the past look well with modern buildings, attractive hotels, cinemas, theaters, metro stations. Tourists visiting Kiev are usually eager to see fine museums and art galleries. There are many wonderful museums to visit: the State Historical Museum, the Museum of Ukrainian and Russian Art, the Museum of Folk Architecture, Kiev Museum of Wax Figures, Literary Memorial Museum of Mykolai Bulgakov, and others. Kiev is famous for its theaters such as the National Opera House, the Ivan Franko Ukrainian Drama Theatre, the Lesya Ukrainka Russian Drama Theatre. Khreshchatyk is not only the central street of the capital, but it's the heart of the city. It is one of the widest and most beautiful streets in the capital. The traffic is very heavy in Khreshchatyk. There are many government offices, fine shops, and buildings in the street. Kiev of our time is a very beautiful city. Parks and gardens cover 1/2 of its territory. The streets are broad and straight. There are many chestnut trees and flowers in the city. The first chestnuts were brought to Kiev in 1842. The chestnut tree is the symbol of Kiev. The city is not only a scientific and cultural center, but a center of political life of Ukraine too. An important political events take place here. President of Ukraine lives here too. Kievites are proud of their city because Kiev is a city monument of Slav history, culture, and architecture. My native city is Zhytomyr. We have a very interesting and charming history. It is one of the oldest cities in Ukraine. In about the 9th century, the first inhabitants settled on the picturesque banks of the river Teteriv, and that was the beginning of the city of Zhytomyr. This date, 884, is cut in the large stone of the Ice Age times, standing on the hill where Zhytomyr was founded. Many years my native city was under power of cruel invaders. They burned Zhytomyr, its beautiful monuments, churches, and other historical buildings. A lot of great scientists, thinkers, scholars, artists Men of letters and musicians are known all over the world of their discoveries, inventions, and great achievements of the different fields. They are Sergei Krylov, who was the lead Soviet rocket engineer and spacecraft designer, a poet and translator Boris Ten, Mykola Homichevsky, Ivan Kocherha, the talented dramatist and poet Volodymyr Korolenko, the famous writer. The nature of my native city is beautiful and unique. All sides of the city are surrounded by the ancient forests through which flow the Teterev's Kamenka rivers. The city is rich in parks and public squares where you can have a rest. I love my native city because I was born here. There are a lot of roads in our glorious Ukraine. One of them will always lead me to Zhytomyr, my native city. In this program, we are going to take a look at Zhytomyr. It is a fascinating and exciting city with a very long history. Let's find more. Zhytomyr is a historic city in the north of the western half of Ukraine. It is one of the oldest cities in Ukraine. In about the 9th century, the first inhabitants settled on the picturesque banks of the river Teterev, and that was the beginning of the city of Zhytomyr. Zhytomyr lies in a unique natural setting. All sides of the city are surrounded by ancient forests through which flow the Teterev and Kamenka rivers. Zhytomyr is a city of 15 bridges. It is the administrative center of the Zhytomyr region, occupying an area of 65 square kilometers, 25 square miles. The current estimated population is 279,000 people. Zhytomyr is not very big, so traveling around is easy. You can take a trolleybus, a tram, a bus, or a route taxi. Trams began to shuttle in Zhytomyr in 1899. Thus, Zhytomyr became the 5th city with electric trams within the territory of present-day Ukraine. Trolleybuses appeared in Zhytomyr in 1962. The region is rich in natural resources. Mineral raw potential includes more than 250 deposits of various minerals: granite, gabbro, labradorite, quartz, decorative stones, refractory clay, and quartz sand. The region is known with its deposits of precious stones: garnet, topaz, beryl, rock crystal, jasper. The climate is temperate with humid summers and mild winters. The region ranks first in Ukraine for forest resources. Forests cover 28% of its area. In Polessia you can find fir trees, oaks, birches, asps, and so on. Fauna is represented by 400 species, including mammals, and 67 species of birds. Zhytomyr is the cultural and educational center of the region. The city boasts of Zhytomyr State University, Zhytomyr State Technical University, State Agricultural University. There are a lot of schools, gymnasiums, and lyceums here. There is so much for people to see in Zhytomyr: churches, cathedrals, museums, and galleries. Going to the city worth at least because at the quiet street Dmitrievska 5 you'll find the unique and the only in Ukraine Museum of History of Cosmonautics. Museum complex consists of 2 parts. First is the House of Korolev family, where legendary designer of rocket and space technology Sergei Krylov was born. And the Museum of History of Cosmonautics itself is the second part. In the Cosmonautics Museum you can see the Cosmos exhibition, the landing capsule of the spacecraft Soyuz 27, which really had been in space, specimens of the moon soil, and others. Zhytomyr Regional Historical Museum of Local Law is one of the oldest museums in Ukraine. It was founded in 1865. The exhibits of this museum tell about relief and geology of the Zhytomyr region. The scientists made a considerable contribution to museum development as a scientific institution. The most valuable is its collection of natural species, one of the best of the kind in Ukraine. A picture gallery is also available here. The monument of eternal glory is found in honor of soldiers, liberators, and underground workers. On the 9th of May 1979, the Monument of Eternal Glory was opened in the city. It was erected on one of the highest city points, and now it is visible from apart. One of the most interesting sites in Zhytomyr is a water tower. It was built in 1898, architectural relic and one of Zhytomyr's symbols. In 1973, when the well-known writer Korolenko turned 120, a memorial museum dedicated to him was opened at his birthplace in Zhytomyr. Visitors can see a small building where on the 27th of July 1853 Korolenko was born. There are always many people here, citizens of Zhytomyr, guests from Moscow and St. Petersburg, Kiev and Poltava, Tomsk and Novosibirsk. The history of my contemporary, Children from the Cave, and The Blind Magician are only a small part of the rich literary heritage left behind by the writer. The exhibits of the museum are placed in several halls. Books, documents, photos introducing the family of Korolenko tell about his years in classic school. But Zhytomyr is also a great place for shopping. This is the Shopping and Entertainment Center Global, which includes a hypermarket caravan and shopping malls. Global is definitely the most famous store in Zhytomyr. What can you do when shops and museums are closed? Well, there are restaurants, discos and parks. Zhytomyr has some modern cinemas, Philharmonic and drama theater, where you can spend your free time. But Zhytomyr isn't all just rush, rush, rush. Walk along wide and vast streets of the city, enjoy a local big band, a clock on a strange building of the city council, mysterious Castle Hill, have a rest in a cozy hydro park, where you can walk, jog, have a picnic, or just relax and get away from the noise. So you see, there is lots to do in Zhytomyr. You can always have a good time here. Welcome to Zhytomyr.